What's going on, guys? It's Gendo here. Welcome to episode 17 of For the Love of the Game, the series where I experiment with Queen's Park, the all-amateur side from the bottom of the Scottish Football League, and try to get them promoted all the way up to the First Division. Now, if you watch my Hexagon Challenge series, I'm going to announce this there too in episode 92. But the reason why I have not put out a video in the last 2 weeks, coming on 2 weeks, is, well, my computer contracted a very nasty virus on the 18th. Literally the following morning after I uploaded the Zamalek, or the last episode from my Hexagon Challenge, my computer decided to start being wonky and the hard drive was making weird noises, and I didn't want to take any chances, so I backed up all my data, all my videos and whatnot, in preparation for an oncoming storm, and lo and behold, it just happened to kill my master boot record, so I couldn't boot back up. I was lucky I kept my computer on, was able to get all the data, but once I turned off the computer, I couldn't turn it back on again. So had to dump and reload. Fortunately, kept my game data, so we can continue on with the series there. At the same time, the week after that, I fell really ill. Couldn't really do much in the ways of communication. Was really having a hard time at work, staying home from work. So in the end, that's the reason why I wasn't able to record for the past 2 weeks. But now we're back, and we're back live, and we can get on with this series and the Hexagon series. So actually taking a look at what we have right now, today's double live com is going to be against Berwick and Forfar. I'm going to skip over the cup match, and as you can see, we actually got off to a very nice start in the cups. We took on Stranraer in the Challenge Cup first round. We defeated them 5-2, and actually I believe this one had 4 from Jordan Garden. 4 goals, 3 of them penalties. He had a hat trick of penalties, mind you. Jordan Garden coming up big against Stranraer, and I believe Stranraer is a League 2 side at this point. Yes, they are a League 2 side, so I guess it is kind of expected. But then at the same time, Queen's Park, with an all-amateur side, you never know. It's goes with the wind. And then, unfortunately, we tried to get some success against Aloha in the League Cup, but that just didn't happen. Christian Gibson was the only goal scorer there on the day in the 24th minute. We actually were holding Aloha close in terms of shots taken, but where it differs was on target. We were only able to get 3 on target, Aloha picking up 13. That could explain why they had 3 goals against us on the day. Definitely a lot of work to be done on the defensive side to prevent shots on target. Now, before we get into the league matches, let's go over the off-season transfers, the ins and outs. And as you can see out on the right side, the main out is Ross Gilmore. Clyde were the one who picked them up. No longer have a solid right back, a solid wing right back at the same time. So I cannot use my figure 8 unless I bring someone in who could play right back or wing back at that. So I'm just going to have to be using my 4-2-4 that I used during last season for the most part. If not, drop it back to the 4-4-2. So he's gone to Clyde, and he already tore his ankle. So that's good for him. I guess I got rid of him at the right time. And 2 more of notes of those that are out. James McLeod, I released him because I brought in a little better goalkeeper. And he was getting mad that I wouldn't play him all that much. I think I only played him once last season. So, yeah, he definitely wasn't getting the time in, because I was fighting throughout the entirety of last season in League 1. So there was no reason for me to bring him on. And him getting mad didn't help matters much either. And then finally, Taylor Hendry, 22-year-old striker. Didn't do all that much for me last season. He was always bugging me for match fitness and playing time and whatnot. But once again, it came down to I had my set strikers, and I wasn't going to deviate them because I wanted to try and go out and win every match. And Taylor just wasn't having any of it. So I ultimately released him because of that. And now we come into the ends. Now, we're not going to take a look at David Verlacki up front because I released him shortly after I signed him because he turned out to be not that good. However, one player that is really good is Mark Baxter. He is basically Ross Gilmore's replacement at right back. He can also play the wing, so I could jump up to the figure eight if I really want to. He's 33 years old, Scottish, not all that tall, but solid defense with a 12 in tackling, 10 in marking, decent speed, 11 pace, 10 acceleration. At 33 years old, not a bad choice for right back. He is going to be my starting right back, so I may have a little bit of concern along the back line, but if he can do the job, then that's all that really matters. From Selkirk being from, I believe, the Lowlands League, we pick up Gary O'Connor. He's a 35-year-old Scotsman striker. And I know you're probably saying, like, why would you go after striker if you get rid of Taylor Henry? Yes, I know he's not that fast, 5 in pace, 6 in acceleration, but he's got fairly decent attacks, good vision, decent technique, decent technical skills, decent mental skills, and he just has that, I guess you can have that leadership is what this team is looking for, so that's mainly why I brought him on, and he can definitely help out Jordan Garden and Andy McKinnon in terms of working on their game. At the same time, I also brought in Ryan Waters, a 20-year-old Scotsman, also a striker, not as fast, or fairly decent speed with the 10 in pace and a 10 in acceleration, but it's his attacking stats that I look forward to. 11 dribbling, 11 first touch, 12 in heading, even though his jumping reach isn't all that great, and fairly decent mentals at the same time. So I got 2 new strikers in. That's pretty much all I wanted to bring in, is because sometimes Jordan Garden gets injured, and actually Jordan Garden is injured right now, and if Andy McKinnon needs a rest, bring one of them on. They're more backup level strikers at this point. Now, when I said I brought in a better goalkeeper, meet Sean Newman, 21-year-old Scotsman, who's a fairly decent goalkeeper, better than James McLeod in terms of speed and aerial ability. I think they're level on shot stopping, and he's not all that great in communication, but he has several chances to develop. I've already played him during the two cup matches over McCluskey, and he did fairly well. Unfortunately, he gave up 5 goals, but he's still learning. He's still getting used to the squad. 12 variable ability, 12 reflexes. He's decent at rushing out. So I want to say I would rather use him as a sweeper keeper more than anything, but I'm not going to take my chances, just play him as a normal goalkeeper. And then finally, Jack Simpson, who is also a right back, can also play right mid, 21 years old Scotsman. I brought him on mostly because I want to use him for his pace. He's not all that great everywhere else except for his speed. 12 acceleration, 10 in pace, 10 in agility. He's okay defensively. He's okay in terms of stats that would be used more for midfield, like passing and vision. But I just brought him on more or less. He's going to be used for cover. Alright, and that's all the ins and outs. That's pretty much everybody caught up to speed. And like I said, Jordan Garden is out with a twisted knee. Probably won't be back for this double live com. So let's get right into it. We're going to start off against Berwick. Berwick coming in with a 4-4-2, and we're going to be playing at Hampton Park. And no, we're not using that formation. I don't even know why I even had that shown up, because there was no way I was using that wacky formation that kept us in League One last time. So this is going to be the lineup for the first game against Berwick. We're going to have McCluskey in net, Simpson, McNulty, Gibson, and Stuart Milne, who is still on loan with us. I extended his loan until the end of the season. That's going to make the back 4. The mid 4 will consist of Watt, Sinclair, Rennie, and Forsyth. And I'm actually thinking about putting in Kenny O'Brien, but we'll see how this does for now. And then sitting up front, we have Ryan Waters and Andy McKinnon. So a long off season is over. Let's kick off and see if we can get 3 points to start this season off right. All right. Team talks with okay, but let's kick off with this first match of the season. All right, and as you can see we come out in our traditional black and white boots. Don't know why any changes were up there. We are playing wider. We are playing on the wings. We're not using the wings, though. That's a problem. We're not using the wings. Alright. As you can see, we're down 2-0 for just 13 minutes. We definitely need to pick this up. And probably a little bit of encouragement will help go a long way, but as we come near halftime, 3 minutes till halftime, we're getting another highlight here. Josh Watts. Not how I expected this first game to go, and yeah, need to push up. We need to be flexible. Second 45. Bring off Graham Forsyth, bring on Kenny O'Brien. Ryan Waters not doing all that great. Andy Jackson's going to come on for him. We need to try something. We need to get more chances at goal. Because right now nothing's happening for us. Oh, and I just realized we don't have our stat sheet up. Or that. Yeah, I know. Gendo probably should have figured that out first, but whatever. There we go. Yeah, it's much worse than I thought. We've only had 2 shots and we're at 3 shots. Whoa! They're absolutely storming. Bring on an injury. Great. Absolutely great. McLean's coming on for McNulty. No way I'm winning this match. 15 minutes left to go, and happening on our side. 2 minutes to stop. There it is, full time. To the away team, Burrick, and that was absolutely disgusting way to start. Not at all how I envisioned it. As well, now we need to shake that off and now play the cup match before we get back into our match with Forfar. Maybe we can turn it around in the cup, get a win there, and then hopefully set our sights to a victory against Forfar. So hold on a second, I'll be right back with the match against Forfar. Alright, and we're back for the second match. We're going to Forfar today. 898 people are going to be seeing us in the second match of the stage. Second match of the league. Forfar coming out with a 4-4-2. I'm going back to what really helped us out in the last season, that being the figure eight. So we're going to have Sean Newman in net today. We're going to have Stuart Milne, Christian Gibson, back two. Kelleher and Simpson are going to be our two wing backs. Rennie and Sinclair, the two center mids. O'Brien is now coming in for Forsyth now because, well, Forsyth is out for 2 to 3 weeks with a twisted knee, and Andy McKinnon picked up a bruised rib. He's going to be out for the next couple of days. So not a lot of options up front in my strikers. So we're going to have to start Gary O'Connor and Andy Jackson, the two in the over 30 crowd. I just got to hope that pace isn't an issue, though I feel like it might. So let's kick off. Hope for the best here. Alright, we kick off and we have high hopes that this almost 7 minutes on, we get a throw in. Rennie picks it up. Swings into that to Kelleher. That's into O'Brien. O'Brien down the box and with the penalty out. Very nice. Josh Watt stepping up. Who will give us our first goal for this league campaign? He does. Josh Watt makes it 1-0. Almost 8 minutes on that. Go for it. Strikers finishing abilities. Seems that one goal. Now take the lead 2-1 at halftime, and oh my boys, come on, show me something different. Give me something. Switch that to counter. We have time to take off You know what? I'm going to do that right now. Simpson is going to be coming off. Mark Baxter is going to be coming on since he's a proper and then just tell them to push up. Just give me something. Give me shot attempts. more than just what we had with that penalty kick. Fourth foul ball, another time. Making our sub. Need to make another sub. Downey is coming on for Sinclair, and I need to make it. Ryan Waters coming on for Gary O'Connor. Need to have a little change on that. Just because it hasn't been. Time is just ticking by. For 10 minutes from time. Oh, tell everyone to push forward once again for this last 5 minutes and change. We've only had 6 shots. 4 of them have been returned. What a tackle. Good save from Newman all day. Even after we're already losing. And this is wins 3-1, and well, there's nothing more for me to say. Is that I can't keep bringing people in. I need the people that I have right now to learn my system, get better at it, learn it. Otherwise, that's another injury, and if we keep getting all these injuries, that's not going to help our matters much anyway. So he's out 4 to 5. I think I have another center back, like Andy McLean. I can fill in for him. I don't know. I'll figure something out. This is, and as you can see, we did not win against Albion Rovers. We lost to them 3-0. Definitely not worth talking about there. Let's see. What's the next 10 league matches in? 1, 2, 3. Dumbarton and Peterhead. That will be an adequate place to come back. So our next live com will be against Dumbarton and Peterhead as we progress further into League One and hopefully get a good run of form together. At least string a few wins in. And I don't want to see a whole bunch of red like what I'm seeing right now. That's a bad start. That's where I come from. Is known as no good. So we got to turn that around. Hopefully by the time we come back against Dumbarton and Peterhead, I will have a few wins in there, looking somewhat respectable. But that remains to be seen. So until that time, I'd like to thank you very much for watching. If you like what you saw, please hit the like button. If you like bad football, hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new. Comments, suggestions, questions, anything else, please leave it in the comment box below. But as always, this is Gendo, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, and peace out.